Welcome to the Industry Insider, brought to you by PromoCorner. Each week, promotional product professionals Meg Erber, Jeff Franklin, and Stephen McFadden, along with special guests, will discuss industry news, trends, and events with a focus on educating the promotional products industry. The Industry Insider, the nerdy news you need to know.
Welcome back to yet another exciting episode of the Industry Insider, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA, and I'm joined today by two other lovely folks. Look, we're all remote today, so it's a bit fun. But before we get to Meg and Stephen, we do got to tell you about our fine sponsors for today. For more than 30 years, Keystone has been providing distributors with classic, best-selling promotional items with an extensive line of water bottle and drinkware at the core of their line. They also feature top styles from categories ranging from totes, first aid items, household products, hand fans, desk accessories, product bundles, and more. Keystone is committed to delivering value pricing in all categories with top-rated service and quality. Head on over to KeystoneLine.com to learn more and tell them the Industry Insider sent you. Why don't we say hi to Stephen McFadden first, since you're unmuted and we've got Stephen A in the background. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I got a surprise visit from the Superbowl cowboy, as they call him. I'm in Old Town, Arizona right now for the live broadcast of Sports Center before the Super Bowl. Here for the Super Bowl as well, like I have been the past few years, and it's a very different environment than I'm used to.
Yeah, this is actually
awesome.
a really fun thing for us to actually be, kind of live for, just because in past when we've done this episode, we haven't had quite the commotion and quite the media fanfare in the background. So it's kind of cool to bring the audience live for this. So what's happening right now? Like, where are you at?
Yeah, so the Super Bowl this year, they kind of have the event spread out a little bit. So Glendale is the host, so Arizona State Farm Stadium. And that's about an hour away from a lot of the activities that's going on for like the the festivities for the week. So I'm actually at they're calling the Main Street Tailgate. It's the ESPN feature, and it's in Old Town, which is about 45 minutes away from the stadium, but it's only about 15 minutes or 20 minutes away from all the other like NFL live experiences. So what they're doing starting this morning was they're doing all their ESPN broadcasts and their shows right here. So Sports Center went live at 10 o'clock. We just saw a bit of the preview of that right before we went live. They had First Take will be tomorrow. We'll have Around the Horn coming up. It's like all the shows that you're used to on ESPN are going to be right here on the stage behind us. Stephen A just walked off stage about 30 seconds ago, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I see a nice little banner that back there behind you as well. What kind of promo items have you seen so far? I know you've only been there for a day now, I believe.
Yeah, I got in yesterday. So it's pretty insane. I mean, because it is as spread out as it is, there's signage, there's graphics everywhere. You can see like all along here, it's nothing but banners and graphics. There's a Main Street tailgate banner. I'm tilted, sorry. There's a Main Street tailgate sign behind us. There's a video screen there. For about 3 miles before I even got into Old Town, every light post had Super Bowl stuff or information on it. Yeah. I was able
No,
to
it's not Philly, Meg. It's not Philly. They don't actually have to grease the poles there because they're like normal human beings. They don't.
They're civil here.
You say that, but like half the fans there are from Philly, so like we're not.
That's true. I guess I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can see all the graphics and stuff here. They're actually about to start broadcasting on this side. It's a double-sided stage. Oh yeah, and there's Stephen A right behind us.
There you go.
So that's awesome.
You can see him there.
Stephen,
now, Meg, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, Megan, it looks like you're at the hotel reporting live, or I'm sorry, not the hotel, the airport reporting live from, watching all the fans come in, from wherever they're coming from.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Stephen to pick me up at the airport. We're trying to all be live.
Sorry,
it's all right. Well, next year we're all going to be at the Super Bowl live. We're hoping. This just, didn't work out. I mean, I'm at the airport. Jeff's in his car. It's just. we're trying to make it work. But
Jeff's driving
otherwise,
from PA all the way to Arizona, I heard.
Yeah, I'll be there by Sunday, I think, right?
yeah,
Yeah, you'll make
Okay.
it. Yeah.
you can. So Stephen,
Yeah,
in comparison to last year, difference, because I know last year when I think about like trade shows and everything, it was kind of like, all right, we're dipping our toe in the water, right? We're seeing what we can do, the least amount. And would you compare like last year's Super Bowl like that, and it's just bananas this year, or what?
Yeah, I mean, there was a combination of things that are playing into that. So last year was in Los Angeles. So, obviously that comes with its own set of rules and restrictions that LA County had just when it came to COVID and all the tourism. This year, being that it's a year removed from that and it's in Arizona, it's already night and day compared to what I noticed last year. I mean, they still have the same blockout days. So a lot of people think that, you come for the Super Bowl and things are open every day leading up to the Super Bowl. Well, they didn't do that again this year. So it's Saturday, Sunday of this past weekend was live from all of these experiences. But then there's blackout days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But what they did this year is they filled that gap with this event, this tailgate from Old Town. Which does a couple things. One is gives people something to do, for the week leading up to it that are traveling in, but it also increases the revenue from all these pop-up shops. It gives entertaining things for people to do for the next 72 hours before the game. So, but night and day. I mean, I've seen tons more events, tons more people already. Since I've been here in the last 24 hours than I ever did in Los Angeles last year. So,
so are you seeing more Philly fans out there so far, or more Kansas City fans so far? I mean, we know it's only Wednesday, but
it's pretty split. I mean, we passed like 3 or 4 Phillies as I was walking, but there's like groups and pods of Kansas City people everywhere, all in groups of 4 or 5 or 6. So it's pretty even, I would say.
I mean, Stephen, be honest. You searched out and you found the only 3 or 4 Philly fans that are actually there, right? Like everybody else has been wearing the red.
Well, I mean, let's see. I'll just turn behind me. There's 2 right there. There's a group over there. So I mean, they're here. It's not like they're not here. Don't get me wrong. So
they're going to be the loudest, so you will see them. You will see them.
Yeah, or they're not awake yet because they were partying last night. That's also it's only 10 o'clock here, so they're still ready. So
you said you had some stats for us, Stephen. So let's talk about the number of people traveling to this. So compared to last year, how many people? I mean, more people, less? What are we looking at?
So a couple things to consider. There's not just the Super Bowl this year. So a lot of people think Super Bowl, huge event, huge tourism. This is actually the second biggest event in Arizona this week. The largest event is the Waste Management Open that starts tomorrow. And they will
How is that bigger than the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
It is the largest attended golf event in the world.
Wow.
They expect to have almost 800,000 people attending that event alone.
My boy Jason's going to be there. My boy Jason's there, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to it tomorrow actually to experience it for the first time.
Your boy Jason, Meg.
Stephen, my boy Jason's going to be there. You said you sat behind him on the airplane, right?
Oh yeah, Jason Aldean. Yep. Yeah. Sat behind him on the airplane. So it's been an adventurous trip so far. So over 800,000 people come into town just for that event. You have an additional 120,000 people per day starting today coming in for the Super Bowl. So if you add it all up, you're just shy of 2 million people that'll be coming into Arizona for these 2 events. It's like 1.7 million people that come in. Revenue-wise, actually,
really good. So, I was just gonna say. So, what are the hotel prices like?
Well, first-hand experience. So we had to get a Airbnb or VRBO, right? Because all the hotels were already out 6 months ago. So we had 7 VRBOs and Airbnbs cancel on us after booking, and one of them, of which canceled yesterday, the day we were supposed to check in. They claimed natural disaster, and then we saw it listed 300% more later that day. So we had to scramble and get another place. Thankfully, we did. We were able to find this pretty sweet, like 7-bedroom place with like pickleball and pool and hot tub and all that stuff. But it actually
Wow.
ended up being less expensive than the other place. So,
Oh, good.
good. A win for that company. Big L for that other person. I don't want to get into it, but it was just
karma.
Everyone's gouging. When we were looking 5 months ago for places, we were seeing places going for $10,000 to $40,000 a night. I mean, it was just insane because you've got all, dealer's choice, right? There's 2 million people coming in. They can only stay so many places. So, all right. So trivia, if you were to guess which event is going to bring in more revenue, what do you think?
Well, I will say the Super Bowl brought in 112 million viewers last year, and I think it was $545 million in revenue. And is that right or round, or was that 2021?
Yeah. So
Waste Management, I don't know. I can't even imagine that being bigger.
So if you're talking about just retail sales in Arizona for like promo merchandise and things, the day of the Super Bowl, they're going to do about 20 million in retail sales at the stadium, not excluding all the pop-ups and whatnot. And they're going to do somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 50 million a day at the Waste Management Open. So it's
we're going live from Waste Management next year.
I know. Like I had no. I'll be honest. I was familiar with it, but I had no clue. I mean, it's when you were traveling in on the planes, it was just which event are you coming in for? And they're like, oh, we're going to Waste Management. We're going to Waste Management. Oh, we're coming in for the Super Bowl. Like everybody's there for one of the two events on the planes. We had, I can't tell you how many celebrities were on every plane. I mean, everybody was somebody, either a golfer or golf family or NBA or MLB or, I mean, all the athletes are coming into town. So
sure.
It's pretty wild. So
I have some trivia.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, which football team had the most Super Bowl wins since 1967?
Since 67?
Yeah.
Super Bowl wins?
Yeah. Final answer?
No.
Is it
Steelers?
It's actually the Steelers and the Patriots.
That's the Steelers and the Patriots are tied.
Oh, look at me!
Yeah.
Look at me.
For the Chiefs have 2 Super Bowl wins, and the Eagles will also have 2 Super Bowl wins on as of Sunday. So
that's it. That's an incorrect stat, Meg, and you shouldn't be throwing that blasphemy out there. Kansas City will have 3 after Sunday.
Oh, you think they're going to win?
Them. It's not even gonna be. Sorry, Mandy. Sorry, Amelia. Sorry, all my Kansas City fans.
It's not happening, honestly. I just don't see really how you could be throwing that out there. And look, since you said Amelia, I'm just gonna throw that little comment out there.
I saw her post. So I have another thing for you guys. So let's talk about the commercials. The commercials are always the best part of the Super Bowl. Last year, the best Super Bowl ad, which was ranked, was one for Uber Eats. And it was constant. It was like the name was on a promotional product. It was on like a little bike carrier. And it was trying to advertise, like, you don't have to eat to get Uber Eats. We can do diapers. We can do this. We can do that.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the top rated. But there was promo in it. So it's really interesting to see how much promo is actually involved in the Super Bowl, even if it's like unintentional or intentional in order to get their point across. But I don't know. I mean, you guys hearing a lot of stuff about the upcoming commercials and promo in them?
No, but I'm not surprised by that at all, actually. And that actually makes up a really good point. I mean, promo it transcends this event more so than just what's there live, 100%. Because you've got all those advertisers that are doing these massive campaigns. I would assume that there's a lot of promo that goes along with that stuff as well. So
much. Just living in the Philly area, Monday morning, not yesterday, but last Monday morning, I woke up inundated with, we need these shirts, we need them pulled, we need them picked, we need them shipped and delivered today. And that happened every single day last week. Hundreds of thousands of black T-shirts. So I know there was a big pep rally today at the Philly Stadium. It was happening literally as I was driving here. I was getting notifications. as I was driving yesterday, there was people just on every corner just selling T-shirts. So it's insane. I mean, and I feel like it's a lot more this year versus when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl 5 years ago. And maybe it's just my position at like where I am in relation to my customers with the relationship and what they're buying. I'm more in tune with that. But oh my gosh, this is absolutely crazy this year. And I also think we're right on the heels of the Phillies being at their little World Series that they didn't win this year. So I think Philly really wants to bring home that win for the town. You know, we're a town of blue collar workers. They really love their sports teams, and they're the die-hardest fans. I would say the Cheeseheads are probably like a close second, but like, I don't know. Philly fans, we really want this, and I think the team they do it for the fans. They really do. So I don't know. I'm excited. We'll be watching it. Will you guys be watching it, Jeff, live? Or you're gonna be there? We're all gonna be there. Forgot.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it from the stadium in Arizona. I'm driving there now.
40-yard line, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So
and that $10,000 hotel room.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I know one of the things last year that was kind of nice about LA was the proximity. You know, I've noticed that with like Atlanta, Minneapolis was very similar, where like the proximity to all the events was right around where the stadium is. A little bit different this year. So they actually have a free event and a paid event, which I think is pretty cool. So there's a free event at Hans Park, which is the NFL experience. It's like an abridged version. So it's not quite the full NFL experience, but it's out in the open and it's for free. So that's something that I've only seen in Atlanta done one time, and that opens up tomorrow. So that'll be pretty neat. There's gonna be lots of pop-up shops, some live concerts. I think like Major Lasers performing at one of them, and there's a few other like indie bands and some stuff like that. Then 10 minutes from that, there's the NFL experience at the convention center, and so that's obviously that's a ticketed event, and that has tons of shops. It's got all the rings from past Super Bowls, all the bronze heads, the Super Bowl banners and trophies and all the stuff that you can see. So that's pretty cool. But that opens up tomorrow. And then there's this event, which goes all week. So there's, no matter where you're staying or where you're at, like you're going to be 20, 30 minutes from one of these things. Not necessarily the stadium, but you're going to be able to go and shop and find NFL merch and promo pretty much wherever you are. So even on my way in here, he must be hitting traffic getting into Arizona. So like getting into like on my way into Old Town, like some of the shops like look like normal coffee shops or stuff. There's little banners on them that says like NFL pop-up and like little A-frames and stuff. So there's like all sorts of places that have, I guess, added that to what they're able to sell this week. I'm sure there's usually deals where you can buy, you may know something about this, Meg, but like when we used to do collegiate sales, there's these contracts you can sign where you can purchase like a certain lot of amount of merch. So you can say like, do you want to do, like they usually give you two options. Option one is you can sell whatever you want, but then you only make like 5 or 10% or something like that. Or you can buy like X amount of allotment, and it's usually like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of stuff. But whatever you don't sell, you can't return. Whereas the other option is whatever you don't sell, you can return. So you have to choose like what you want to do. In college, they do that. Like for big tournaments and bowl games and stuff, they usually give you the option. You can make your own stuff, and you can take a small percent, but then you can return it, or you can buy $30,000 worth of stuff, but you can't return it. But then you can sell for higher margins. So that's what a lot of I'm assuming the NFL does something very similar because they have similar agencies that run their merch. And so a lot of these places can opt in to be like a pop-up shop. Like I can say, hey, I sell, jewelry in Old Town, but I also want to have NFL merch. Well, so you could add that to your sales this week, but you have to decide which route you want to go. Do you want to go small margin with returns or high risk, high reward? So, but it is pretty neat how they do that, where you can like sign up to do that and sell more promotional merch and or game day merch. So
Stephen, one more question for you before we let you go. What are you seeing as some of the hot promo items there for the Super Bowl? What are like the hottest things that you're seeing that you've seen maybe in the pop-up shops? Is it apparel? Is it headwear? Is it drinkware? Is it little tchotchke things? Little beads, beaded necklaces? What are you looking at?
Yeah, so most common items for like Super Bowl that you see at all the Super Bowls, you're gonna have a football and a keychain and a T-shirt. Those 3 items are like the commemorative go-to Super Bowl items. It's gonna have the Super Bowl icon on it. It's gonna have like that, like the symbol there, on the football, on the keychain, on the ball. Every year I've seen those 3 items by far. Ornaments is probably next up. They've always got these little ornaments that have the Super Bowl logo on it. And then beyond
That's
that,
interesting.
There's pennants, there's little lapel pins, all these like collectible things, or like if you went to a bunch of these where you could just buy the logo that shows that you were in the town and at the site is probably the way to go. Here, I haven't been able to go into more than a couple, just like small pop-ups, but I'm actually curious to know if there's I don't want to call it appropriation, but like if there's like more Arizona themed or Old Town themed stuff, like are there going to be cowboy hats or belt buckles, or you know what I mean? Like, is it going to be something only specific to the region? Like LA, you didn't see that. Atlanta, you didn't see that, but they're so culturally mixed, and it's a big city where you don't really have, what do you think of when you think of LA? It's like, it's not going to be a branded taco. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be, so it's like, what's the merch for the town? So I'm curious to know if once we get into it, if there's going to be any like Arizona themed stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like if it's in Texas, maybe there'd be like a cowboy hat. I don't know. I'm speculating, but I'm assuming there's going to be some of that. So
it's cool.
Actually, I'll see. There might be a pop-up over here, but if I get there in time.
I'm excited to see the pictures. I'm excited to see what you have. So definitely keep us posted.
Sorry, some live jazz for you all.
Yeah. So real quick, so you saw Jason Aldean and his wife. You saw Stephen A. Who else did you see there? As far as celebrities or athletes?
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, we just watched Stephen A. and there's some pro quarterbacks that were up there, and they were all arguing this morning about who the top 10 was and why Mahomes wasn't on the list. So that was a fun debate this morning. We haven't really gotten into Celebrity Row area yet, so this is just like my first experience. Aldean was kind of neat just because it was like on the plane. There were some golfers on some of our other security folks' planes when they first walked in, or when they got on the plane. So, here's like the main logo photo op.
Is there a cactus next to it?
There are lots of cactus next to it. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There's the appropriation I was talking about.
There you go.
Arizona appropriation.
Well.
So I don't have any crazy news about celebrities yet, but that'll come. That'll be later in pictures, I'm sure.
So, Stephen, where can people continue to sort of follow up with what you're doing out there? Like, are you posting anywhere in particular?
So the nature of what I do kind of makes it where I can't post too much stuff until afterwards. So I'll probably post some stuff to Facebook, but I don't mind even like tagging on some pictures like to this podcast after we publish it, so I can kind of post some of like my findings and all the news and stuff. But yeah, just because of, I think I've told you in previous years, so we do a lot of stuff with the security for the athletes and for the Bar Star breakfast. So I can't go too much in detail on that stuff, but afterwards I can. So once the craziness dies down, then I can post some more. So
sounds good. All right, Meg, any other questions or any other comments from you, Stephen?
No. Oh, the only other thing I'll say is I am going to be going through the waste management tomorrow. So if I find some follow-up on that as well, whether it be merch, I'm curious if there's even crossover collateral or promo between the two. Like maybe one sells one at the other. I doubt it, but if that happens, I'll definitely post that as well, because that's a huge moneymaker for the town. So
yeah, I would definitely be interested in seeing that.
Waste management. All right, WM, let's go.
Yep. Interesting. There you go. All right. Well, if you got nothing else, Meg, did you have anything else to add or no?
No. Just
nope.
Be
All
safe,
right, cool.
Stephen. You too.
Yeah, have fun, man.
Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys when you get here.
For sure. Yeah, so this broadcast was brought to you by our good friends over at Keystone. The team at Keystone consistently earns top ratings from ASI and Sage, and they understand what it takes to be a top supplier partner. They have a robust product safety testing program that complies with all current federal and state regulations, including CPSIA, Prop 65, FDA, as well as compliance with the CPSC standards in Canada. So with over 150,000 square feet of manufacturing, decorating, and warehouse space, Keystone is dedicated to delivering value and quality in every order, and they are committed to working hard to earn your business every day. So be sure to head on over to KeystoneLine.com to learn more. Tell them the Industry Insider sent you. And look, until next time, guys, we'll see you. Stephen, have a great time while you're there. And looking forward to seeing all the pictures afterwards, especially the promo stuff, man.
You know, and no, you're good. And I don't know, the stage would have been empty. I should have asked if they could have let me just, broadcast up there. That would have been sweet. So.
I mean, that's probably what we should have done to begin with. So,
I'll make sure next year that we're up there. You're bringing the muscle next year, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I got the muscle. So cool.
Awesome. All right. It was really good seeing you guys. And thank you, everybody. See you next
Sounds
week.
Good. Well, until next time, guys.
For you, Jeff.
Well, yeah, we're everywhere, of course.
That's right.
There you go. All right, guys. Until next time, take it easy.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of PromoCorner's Industry Insider. For more great content from industry thought leaders, including podcasts, blogs, and videos, visit PromoCorner.com.